I remember being 14 years old and I was addicted to pornography. I was trying to look in the Bible to see if there were some verses that talked about masturbation, but there were none. You see, since I was addicted to pornography at 14 and I liked it so much, I thought, okay, so if the Bible doesn't say anything about masturbation, then I guess it's fine, right? But little did I know that even though the Bible did not mention anything about masturbation, it mentions a lot of stuff about lust. And when you masturbate, most likely you lust, or eventually it will turn into lust and sin. It's like the guy who smokes weed and then eventually after a year he wants to try cocaine or heroin or like a different type of drug. This is how it works. When you start doing one thing, it leads to another, then it leads to a more dangerous thing, it leads to a more sinful thing. By the way, my name is Danny and I help Christian men stop watching pornography. So I'm gonna give you three biblical verses that, of course, like doesn't talk exactly about masturbation, but it talks about lust and the desires of the world. So the first verse I want to go over is Psalms 103, verse 3, and it says, I will not look with approval on anything that is vile. I hate what faithless people do. I will have no part in it. So, this means that when we watch pornography, when we lust after women in the street, this is what the world wants us to do. Think about how many times you've seen advertisements that are, you know, that just involve sex. There's a phrase out there, it's sex sells, right? How many times, especially if you live in a Western country like America, maybe United Kingdom, maybe just Western Europe, you're gonna see so much just women dressing provocatively. And they didn't do this 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Guys, this is from the world. Pornography is from the world. Lusting is from the world. And it's ruining your life. It truly is. We shouldn't be focusing on this. And you already know this, of course, right? You already know I'm not supposed to be watching pornography and everything. But there is a reason, guys. God doesn't say just to, not focus on the things of the world and don't, let your lustful desires, your earthly desires overtake you. He's not just saying that to make us not have fun, right? To just limit our freedom. He's saying that to protect us. Because think about it. Tell me one good thing that has happened to you because of lust. Tell me one thing. You can't. Lust is just like when you lust, only bad things happen. So that's why you have to guard your eyes. Okay? So every single time you see something sexual, I don't care if it's in person or online, you have to guard your eyes. You have to go like this. You have to make sure that you are not seeing that stuff. It's hard to resist lust. That's why we have to flee from it. Okay? So this means deleting your social media. This means that just limiting the amount of sexual content you see online. All right? You don't know how you could have like 20 urges a day, not because you are horny or you want to have sex. It's because you're literally seeing so much sexual things online. You're watching people you're not supposed to be watching. You're on Instagram and you follow like 40 really attractive women. Unfollow them. Okay? So you just really have to just watch out, guard your eyes, be careful of what your eyes are consuming. Another verse that I want to talk about is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13. But before I read this verse, I want to ask you a question. When you have an urge, do you truly believe that you can get over it? How about when you feel like watching porn, when you feel like masturbating, do you have like thoughts in your head that are like, oh, this is just one time. I'm gonna do this one time, and trust me, after this, I'm not doing it. Or maybe you're like, oh, but this is normal, right? This is normal. This is fine. Okay, it's just one time. Oh, you know what? You always have these thoughts, right? And I had these thoughts as well. But I really want you to pay attention to this verse because I really want you to know that any temptation you have, it's possible to overcome it. So let's read 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13. It says, "No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it." Guys, it doesn't really matter how strong you want to, how powerful your urge is. You can overcome it. You can get over it. But it's up to you and just the power you have. You have to be able to say, no, I'm not lusting today. I'm not going on Instagram. Actually, let me delete Instagram right now. I'm not going to watch pornography. Let me flee from lust. Let me flee from temptation. And you know what? I'm actually going to go for a walk outside right now. I have a big urge right now. So let me just walk outside. Oh, it's raining as well. It's okay. I'm going to bring an umbrella. I'm going to walk outside, walk for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then, wait for my urge to be gone. Then I'm going to go back inside and continue whatever I was doing, my work or homework or, fixing something in the house. Does that make sense? The point is that any temptation that you have, it's overcomable. Nothing can defeat you. Nothing can make you lose the battle against temptation because God will always just provide a way out. He will always provide a way to escape temptation. I want to read to you another verse, and it's going to be 1 John chapter 2 verse 16. And it really talks about how the things that we desire are not from God and are from the world. So let's read this. "For everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life comes not from the Father, but from the world." There's a reason why we are never satisfied. It doesn't matter how many times we go and watch pornography. It doesn't matter how many times we pleasure ourselves. It doesn't really matter how many times we see the most attractive women in the world, right? On one of those websites. You could, watch pornography 100 times, 500 times. But tell me why, for some reason, it doesn't satisfy you. You see, the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, it will never satisfy you. It's like eating. When you eat something, you're satisfied for 4 hours. But then guess what? You want to eat again. It's the same thing with drinking water. You drink water, the next 4 hours, you need more water. So the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, it never satisfies you. But what satisfies you is glorifying God and just worshiping Him. In summary, this video is mainly just about how when you watch porn, it won't satisfy you. When you lust after women and you think, oh my gosh, this is so amazing, she's so hot, and no. It doesn't satisfy you. You guys have to guard your eyes and remove all temptation because it's separating you from God. We think that sin is so bad because we're disobeying God when we sin. Yes, that's true. But sin is bad because the more that we sin, the more we separate ourselves from God. So just be careful what your eyes see, and just mainly stick to what, stick to something that will satisfy you more than lust, and know that lust will never ever fulfill you. But anyways, guys, I do one-on-one coaching to help Christian men stop watching pornography. So if you would like to book a free consultation call with me, link is going to be in the description. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Resist those urges and have a good day.